fire.
Now to our big story at 5 o'clock. Half the country in a drought. The USDA declares a drought disaster in 26 states. We're one of them.
It does not include Wisconsin, but the National Weather Service is increasing our level of severity. It puts all of southern part of the state under a severe drought. As Brett Begansky found out, it is putting more fear into farmers.
Marion, and good evening. Many farmers believe they're in panic mode now, some calling it the worst drought in nearly 25 years, and all they're really looking for is some relief for their crops.
A business dependent on the weather.
Rain would help. Any rain would help, but it's going to take a lot of rain just to bring it around.
On the farm, it doesn't look promising.
We always seem to manage through it, and we just have faith.
That was until the National Weather Service calls for a severe drought for 17 counties in southern Wisconsin.
Our crops are definitely hurting, no doubt about it. We've lost potential already.
Dan Noble has farmed corn and soybean for nearly 40 years and calls the season the worst since 1988. No water means a shortage of crops.
This country is to a point where we need every bushel we produce every year, and when it's less, it trickles down.
A drought trickles down to livestock.
I was optimistic. Last week I was worried a little bit, and this week I'm getting a little scared.
The lack of rain affects even dairy farms.
They need a lot of energy to produce the amount of milk that they produce. If that energy isn't in our silage in the form of corn, we're going to have to supplement their diets.
And even though farmers have the thought of salvaging their crops by harvesting early, they're waiting for the much-needed rain.
To give you an idea of how bad the drought is, Brian Shaw was showing me his corn crops. He said around this time of year, in the month of July, they should be about 12 feet high. Some at the highest were only about 6, maybe 6.5 feet tall. Some just going only to the ground. So it just gives you a good indication of really how bad this drought is in 2012. We are live in Mequon. Brett Begansky, Fox 6 News.
And still no declaration for Wisconsin. Hard to believe, Brett. Thanks for that. Now, at this point, any chance of rain